Hello, my friend. Welcome to my Fall Asleep channel, a place created for calm, rest, and gentle nights. If you enjoy peaceful stories like this, you are warmly invited to subscribe and return whenever you need to slow down. Now allow yourself to get comfortable, let the day fade away, and enjoy a quiet and pleasant rest. Let's begin. Night settles in quietly, not all at once, but layer by layer. Sounds grow softer, distances feel wider, and the body begins to notice how little effort is actually required to rest. Shoulders ease downward, the weight of the arms becomes familiar. Breathing slows without instruction, somewhere beyond the need to be precise. A train is waiting, not rushing, not announcing itself, simply present in the dark, its metal cooled by the night air, its windows dimly lit from within. You step inside without hurry. The movement feels unremarkable, natural, as if this has happened many times before. The corridor is empty, the floor solid beneath your feet, the low hum of systems running steadily in the background. A compartment opens easily, quiet, enclosed, a seat already shaped for comfort. You sit down, and the body responds immediately. Muscles soften, weight settles evenly. Nothing presses, nothing pulls outside the window. The station remains still, lights reflected faintly on the glass, the world holding its breath for a moment longer. Then, without signal or sound, motion begins. So gently it is almost missed, a subtle pull, a slow shift, wheels finding their rhythm on the rails, smooth, predictable, calm. The city starts to move past the window, not disappearing, just loosening its grip. Buildings become outlines, outlines become light, and light thins into darkness. Traffic fades, signals slide by, then nothing at all. Inside the compartment, everything stays the same. Temperature steady, air unmoving. The low vibration beneath the seat forming a quiet pattern the body recognizes instinctively. There is no destination to consider, no schedule to follow. This journey does not ask to be tracked. It simply continues. Outside, neighborhoods give way to open land. Streetlights grow rare. Darkness stretches farther between them. Fields pass quietly. Fences appear briefly, then dissolve back into shadow. The sound of the rails settles into a gentle repetition, even spacing. No surprises. A rhythm that smooths thought without demanding attention. Breathing slows again, not deliberately, just naturally. Each inhale light, each exhale releasing more than the one before. A small station appears in the distance, empty platform, a single lamp glowing softly. It slips past without stopping, without importance, like a thought that never fully forms. Inside, the compartment remains unchanged, calm, supportive, familiar. The train continues into open night, carrying everything steadily forward, without urgency, without expectation, and the journey unfolds quietly from here. The darkness outside grows softer rather than deeper. Shapes no longer stand apart from one another. Land and sky blend into a single wide presence that moves slowly past the window. There is nothing there that needs to be recognized, nothing to follow with the eyes. Inside the compartment, the gentle vibration beneath the seat remains constant, not strong enough to distract, not faint enough to disappear. It sits quietly in the background, a steady reminder that the journey is continuing on its own. The body adjusts without conscious effort. The spine settles into a more comfortable alignment. The head finds a natural balance. Muscles release in small, unnoticed ways, as if each one is remembering how to rest properly. Breathing moves with a softer rhythm now. The space between breaths feels wider, unhurried, There is no pause to hold, no pace to manage. Air comes and goes when it is ready. Outside, the train passes through long stretches of open land. No crossings, no signals, just uninterrupted motion. The rails guiding everything forward with quiet precision. A distant cluster of lights appears briefly, far away, not close enough to matter. They drift across the window and fade, leaving darkness undisturbed. Inside, the air remains still, the compartment unchanged, enclosed without feeling small, private without feeling isolated. Thoughts arrive less often now. When they do, they feel incomplete, loosely formed. They dissolve before connecting to anything else, leaving behind a calm emptiness that feels natural rather than forced. The sound of the rails becomes more diffuse, less like individual moments, more like a continuous texture, smooth, even. The body grows heavier in a comfortable way, arms resting fully, hands warm and relaxed, the muscles around the eyes completely soft. Time begins to feel less structured. Moments no longer stack neatly, they spread out, overlapping gently. There is no clear sense of how long the train has been moving or how far it has gone. Outside, darkness remains patient, offering no detail, no contrast, nothing that asks to be noticed. Inside, the compartment holds steady, quiet, dependable. The journey continues in this calm rhythm, not building toward anything, not winding down, simply unfolding at its own pace. And the night moves alongside the train, wide, still, and unhurried. The motion settles into a deeper steadiness now, not slower, just smoother, as if the train has found a stretch of track where nothing interrupts its flow. The rails carry the wheels with quiet confidence, guiding everything forward without effort. Outside the window, the darkness feels softer, almost textured, like fabric moving gently in the distance. No sharp edges, no sudden changes, only a continuous passing that does not ask to be watched. Inside the compartment, the sense of comfort grows more familiar. The seat no longer feels like an object. It feels like support itself, present without needing to be noticed. The air remains balanced, cool and calm. Breathing becomes lighter, more subtle, the chest rising just enough, the exhale leaving slowly, taking its time. There is a natural ease in the spaces between breaths, nothing waiting there, nothing missing. The body releases another layer of tension, quietly, unnoticed. The shoulders sink a little more, the neck loosens, the weight of the head settles naturally. Outside, the train moves through a long, uninterrupted stretch. No signs, no platforms, no lights, just the suggestion of open land moving past in the dark. The sound beneath the floor blends further into the background, no longer a pattern to notice, just a soft continuity that blends with stillness. Thoughts feel distant now when one appears. It drifts without direction, fading before it can settle, leaving a gentle clarity behind. Time feels wide here, not measured, not divided. Moments feel loosely connected, flowing together without edges. There is no sense of rushing forward or falling behind. Inside the compartment, everything remains unchanged, steady, quiet, reassuring. The night outside offers no landmarks, no signals, only space and motion moving together calmly. The train continues on its path, not toward anything specific, not away from anything either, simply moving because movement is gentle, and the journey carries on in this softened rhythm, calm and unhurried, allowing everything to rest as it is. The quiet inside the compartment takes on a deeper familiarity, not because anything has changed, but because nothing needs to. The train holds its line smoothly now, the motion beneath you even and reliable. like a long breath that never quite ends. Outside the window, the night seems wider than before, not darker, just more open. The sense of landscape dissolves further. What passes by no longer forms pictures. Only a gentle sense of movement remains, slow and continuous. The body responds in small, natural ways. The jaw loosens a little more. The tongue rests comfortably. The space behind the eyes softens. There is no effort in any of it. The body simply settles where it wants to be. Breathing grows quieter, almost transparent. The chest barely lifts. The exhale leaves without sound. The space between breaths feels calm and unoccupied, like a pause that does not need to be filled. Somewhere along the way, the train passes another distant point of light, not close enough to define. It drifts by gently and disappears, leaving the darkness unchanged. Inside, the compartment remains steady and still. The walls absorb sound completely. The air feels smooth and undisturbed. Nothing vibrates except the soft continuity of motion beneath the floor. Thoughts come less frequently now, and when they do, they feel unfinished. They lose shape almost immediately, slipping away before they can settle, leaving behind a quiet that feels natural. Time becomes harder to place. Moments no longer feel separate. They blend together gently, like shadows overlapping in low light. There is no sense of how long the journey has been unfolding, and no need to know. The seat continues to support the body evenly. No pressure points, no need to adjust. The body remains heavy in a comfortable way, fully held. Outside, the night continues to move alongside the train, vast and patient, offering no signals, no interruptions. The train keeps its course, not changing pace, not announcing progress, simply moving through the quiet, and the journey goes on in this softened stillness, calm and unhurried, allowing everything to rest exactly as it is. The movement of the train feels almost symbolic now, no longer something physical to register, more like a gentle assurance that carries everything forward without asking anything in return. The rails do their work quietly, unseen, dependable. Outside the window, the darkness feels calm and settled, not empty, just free of detail. The world beyond the glass no longer presents shapes or distances, only the sense that space itself is slowly sliding past. Inside the compartment, the atmosphere remains unchanged, the air smooth and still, the enclosure steady and familiar. It feels less like a place and more like a condition, one of safety and ease. The body continues to soften, not all at once, but in subtle layers. A quiet release in the lower back, a gentle settling through the hips, the legs resting heavily, without awareness. Breathing flows with very little movement now, shallow, quiet, unforced. The pause between breaths feels spacious, calm, unoccupied, somewhere far outside. The train crosses open land where nothing is marked, no crossings, no lights, no sound to carry. It passes through without notice. Inside, the gentle vibration beneath the floor blends completely into stillness, no longer identifiable as rhythm, only as continuity. Thoughts become rare and fleeting. When one appears, it has no momentum. It drifts briefly, then dissolves, leaving behind a soft clarity that requires no focus. Time no longer organizes itself. There is no sense of sequence. Moments overlap gently, forming a wide calm where nothing needs to be placed. The body feels fully supported now, as if the seat and the motion have become one continuous surface, holding everything evenly. Outside, the night remains vast and patient, offering no change, no interruption, The train continues forward, quietly, steadily, not moving toward anything in particular, not leaving anything behind, simply maintaining its course through the calm. And the journey remains exactly like this, soft, reliable, and unhurried, allowing the night to carry everything gently along. The sense of motion becomes almost abstract now. The train no longer feels like an object moving through space. It feels like a steady condition, a gentle continuation that does not begin or end, simply present beneath everything else, outside the window. The night offers no contrast, no foreground or distance. It feels wide and uniform, like a dark canvas moving slowly past without needing interpretation. Nothing there asks to be named. Inside the compartment, the quiet deepens without effort. The air remains smooth and undisturbed. The walls seem to hold the silence gently, preventing it from echoing, allowing it to remain soft. The body rests in a way that feels almost instinctive, shoulders fully released, the weight of the arms forgotten, the legs heavy and still, the face relaxed beyond expression. Breathing is barely noticeable now, a subtle exchange rather than a motion. Air enters when it needs to, leaves when it is ready. The space between breaths feels open and calm, somewhere far outside. The train continues along long stretches of track without crossings or signals. Nothing interrupts its course. Nothing announces progress. The rails guide everything quietly. Inside, the vibration beneath the floor has softened into a continuous presence, no longer separate from stillness. It feels like a quiet reassurance that nothing needs attention. Thoughts have become faint impressions, incomplete and brief. They dissolve before they can form connections, leaving behind a calm openness that feels natural. Time feels wide here, not something that moves forward, more like a gentle field where moments rest together, overlapping softly, without sequence. The compartment remains unchanged, steady, enclosed, quietly protective, supporting everything without effort. Outside, the night continues alongside the train, vast and patient, offering no signals, no interruptions. The train keeps its course, smooth and unhurried, moving because movement is gentle, not because it needs to arrive, and the journey carries on in this calm continuity, allowing everything to remain exactly as it is, soft, steady, and quietly at rest. The rhythm beneath you stays constant, neither stronger nor weaker, simply present. The train follows the rails with quiet precision, each section of track meeting the next without interruption, without sound that needs attention. Outside the window, the darkness feels settled now, no longer changing in texture or depth. It moves as one continuous field, calm and even, offering nothing to focus on, nothing to follow. Inside the compartment, the sense of enclosure feels gentle, protective without being noticeable. The air remains still, smooth, balanced, as if it has found a perfect resting point. The body continues to rest deeply, not sinking, not floating, simply supported. The weight of the legs feels distant. The arms lie where they are without awareness. The face remains soft, expressionless. Breathing moves quietly in the background, shallow and slow, each breath taking up very little space. The pause between breaths feels open and unoccupied, like a quiet room with nothing inside it. Somewhere along the way, the train passes through another long stretch of open land. No signals, no stations, no lights. The track guides everything forward with patient certainty. Inside, the gentle vibration beneath the floor blends fully into the silence. It no longer feels like movement, only continuity. Thoughts are almost absent now. When one briefly appears, it feels thin and transparent, dissolving before it can settle, leaving the quiet untouched. Time has softened beyond structure. There is no sense of sequence, no awareness of passing moments, only a wide stillness where motion happens gently inside it. The compartment remains unchanged, calm, steady, quietly holding everything in place. Outside, the night continues without variation, vast and patient, moving alongside the train without comment. The journey does not build or resolve, it simply continues, smooth and unhurried, allowing everything to remain exactly as it is, and the quiet carries on, steady, gentle, and complete. The motion remains subtle, almost unnoticed now. The train follows its path with quiet confidence, rails meeting rails in a way that feels effortless. Nothing jolts, nothing interrupts. The continuity holds everything gently in place. Outside the window, the darkness feels settled into a single tone. No contrast, no separation, just a calm expanse moving slowly past. The idea of landscape has softened into pure distance, without edges, without detail. Inside the compartment, the space feels deeply familiar, not because it has been examined, but because it no longer needs to be. The seat supports without pressure. The air rests evenly. Silence remains soft and contained. The body continues to release small traces of tension, quietly, unnoticed. The lower back settles. The shoulders rest fully. The hands remain still and warm. There is no effort in any of it. Breathing feels light and distant, air moving in gently, leaving just as softly. The space between breaths feels open, calm, unoccupied, somewhere far beyond the glass. The train passes through regions without markers, no crossings, no signs, only long stretches of track extending forward, guided by alignment rather than force. Inside, the vibration beneath the floor is no longer distinct. It has blended into the background completely, a sense of steady presence rather than motion. Thoughts are rare now, and when they appear, they do not linger. They drift briefly, then fade, leaving the mind clear without intention. Time no longer feels like something to measure. It feels wide and relaxed, moments resting together, overlapping softly, without order. The compartment remains unchanged, calm, enclosed, quietly supportive, holding everything exactly where it belongs. Outside, the night continues alongside the train, vast, patient, offering no interruption. The journey carries on in this softened rhythm, not moving toward anything, not moving away, simply continuing, gently, steadily, allowing everything to remain at rest. The sense of travel feels almost symbolic now, less about distance, more about continuity. The train keeps its smooth course, guided by rails that do not need to be seen, only trusted, everything moving together in quiet agreement. Outside the window, the night holds steady, no variation in light or shape, no signal of place, only a soft passing that blends seamlessly into the darkness. The world no longer presents itself as something to observe. Inside the compartment, stillness settles more completely. The air feels settled, evenly distributed. Silence remains gentle rather than empty, held in place by the walls. The body rests without awareness of position, the legs heavy and still, the arms loose at the sides, the face relaxed beyond expression. There is no sensation pulling attention forward, no reason to adjust. Breathing continues as a subtle background rhythm, light, quiet, automatic. The pause between breaths feels open and unoccupied, like space that does not need to be filled, somewhere beyond the glass. The train passes through long stretches of uninterrupted track. No crossings, no lights, no change in pace. Everything aligned to allow smooth movement without interruption. Inside, the vibration beneath the floor has softened into something barely perceptible. Not motion, just assurance. A steady presence that remains without effort. Thoughts drift in only faintly now, incomplete, transparent, dissolving before they can settle into form, leaving behind a calm openness that feels natural. Time feels wide and relaxed. No sense of sequence, no awareness of passing minutes. Moments rest together, overlapping gently. The compartment remains exactly as it is, calm, enclosed, quietly protective, supporting everything without demand. Outside, the night remains vast and patient, moving alongside the train without change, without interruption. The journey continues in this quiet continuity, steady and unhurried, allowing everything to remain exactly as it is, carried gently forward in the calm of the night. The environment inside the compartment feels almost weightless now, not because anything has lifted, but because nothing presses. The train maintains its smooth alignment with the rails, each section of track meeting the next without resistance, without sound that needs attention. Outside the window, the night no longer feels distant. It feels close in a gentle way, like a wide presence moving alongside you. There are no landmarks to register, no edges to define, only a calm sense of forward motion that never demands focus. The body remains fully supported, resting in a way that feels instinctive, as if it has remembered something simple and familiar. The chest rises just slightly with each breath, then settles again, quietly. The air inside the compartment stays still, evenly balanced. Nothing stirs it, nothing disturbs it. Silence remains soft and contained. A subtle curve in the track passes beneath the train, barely noticeable. The motion stays smooth, uninterrupted, reassuring in its consistency. Thoughts appear less as ideas now, more like faint impressions. They drift through briefly, then dissolve without needing to be completed, leaving behind a gentle clarity that does not require effort. Time feels increasingly spacious, not stretched, just open, moments resting beside one another without sequence, without hierarchy. The vibration beneath the floor has faded into something almost imperceptible, not gone, just fully integrated into the quiet, a background presence that allows everything else to remain still. Outside, the night continues its calm passage, unchanged, unmarked, offering no signals, no interruptions. Inside, the compartment remains steady, familiar, quietly protective, holding everything in place without pressure. The journey carries on in this softened rhythm, not guiding, not directing, simply continuing, calm and unhurried, and the night moves with you, wide and patient, allowing the motion to remain gentle, uninterrupted, and easy. The train keeps its quiet course, not leaning into speed, not easing away from it. The movement beneath you feels settled into something steady and dependable, a rhythm that no longer needs to be noticed to be trusted. Outside the window, darkness drifts by in a way that feels almost still. The sense of passing has softened. No contrast draws the eye. Nothing separates itself from the night. The view offers only gentle continuity inside the compartment. The space feels complete, not small, not large, simply enough. The seat supports the body without pressure. The air remains calm and evenly balanced. The body stays deeply at rest. Muscles remain loose, joints quiet. No tension gathers anywhere. There is no impulse to adjust or move. Breathing flows lightly in the background, shallow and unforced, each inhale arriving softly, each exhale leaving just as gently. The pause between breaths feels open and unoccupied, somewhere beyond the glass. The train continues through long stretches of unmarked land. No signals, no stations, no sounds that break the continuity. The rails guide everything forward with quiet precision. Inside, the subtle vibration beneath the floor has blended entirely into stillness, no longer separate, simply part of the calm. Thoughts become increasingly rare, and when they appear, they feel thin and transparent, dissolving before they can connect to anything else, leaving the mind open and quiet. Time no longer feels like a sequence. It feels wide and relaxed, moments resting together without order, without urgency. The compartment remains unchanged, calm, enclosed, gently supportive, holding everything exactly where it belongs. Outside, the night remains vast and patient, moving alongside the train without variation. The journey continues, steady and unhurried, allowing everything to remain at rest, carried forward quietly in the calm of the night. The motion continues in the same gentle manner, not guiding attention, not asking to be followed. The train remains aligned with the rails as if nothing else were possible, each moment flowing naturally into the next, without effort, without correction. Outside the window, the night has settled into a uniform calm. No distant lights, no passing structures. The world beyond the glass feels vast and undisturbed, moving slowly alongside you without revealing anything new. Inside the compartment, stillness feels complete. The air rests evenly. The walls hold quiet without echo. The seat supports the body in a way that no longer feels noticeable, only reliable. The body remains deeply at rest, muscles soft and inactive, weight distributed evenly. No point of tension drawing awareness back. The face relaxed, expressionless. Breathing continues as a soft background presence, light, steady, unforced. The space between breaths feels calm and open, like a pause that does not need to end, somewhere far beyond awareness. The train passes through long stretches of uninterrupted track. No crossings, no stations, no changes in pace. Everything aligned to allow smooth movement without interruption. Inside, the vibration beneath the floor has become almost indistinguishable from silence. Not gone, just fully integrated. A sense of continuity rather than motion. Thoughts appear only faintly now, incomplete and fleeting, dissolving before they can settle, leaving behind a quiet openness that feels natural and unoccupied. Time feels broad here, not measured, not counted. Moments rest together without separation, overlapping gently. The compartment remains unchanged, calm, enclosed, quietly protective, holding everything in place without pressure. Outside, the night continues alongside the train, vast and patient, offering no signals, no interruptions. The journey carries on in this softened stillness, steady, unhurried, allowing everything to remain exactly as it is, carried gently forward through the quiet of the night. The train keeps moving with the same quiet assurance. Nothing signals progress or delay. The motion feels settled into a natural balance, steady enough to be forgotten, gentle enough to be trusted. Outside the window, the night appears almost motionless now, as if the train were gliding through a single continuous space. No landmarks emerge, no lights interrupt. The darkness feels calm and even inside the compartment. The stillness deepens without effort. The air remains smooth and undisturbed. The space feels quietly complete, as though it has reached a point where nothing more needs to happen. The body rests fully, no muscles holding, no tension returning. The legs remain heavy and still. The arms lie exactly where they are. The face relaxed beyond expression. Breathing continues softly, barely perceptible. Each inhale brief and light, each exhale slow and easing. The pause between breaths feels open, calm, unoccupied, somewhere beyond the glass. The train passes through long stretches of open land, unmarked and silent, the rails guiding everything forward without interruption, without resistance. Inside, the gentle vibration beneath the floor has softened into a constant presence, no longer something to feel, only something that remains. Thoughts arrive less and less now. When they do, they drift briefly, then dissolve before forming, leaving the mind clear without intention. Time feels increasingly spacious, not moving forward, not standing still, simply open, moments resting together without order or urgency. The compartment remains unchanged, calm, enclosed, quietly supportive, holding everything exactly where it belongs. Outside, the night continues alongside the train, vast and patient, unchanged by motion. The journey carries on in this quiet continuity, steady and unhurried, allowing everything to remain at rest as the night moves gently forward. The sense of motion feels softer now, not fading, just becoming less distinct. The train continues along its path with quiet confidence, the rails guiding it smoothly, removing the need for attention or adjustment. Outside the window, the darkness feels settled and calm, no longer something that changes, just a wide presence moving gently alongside you. There are no shapes to recognize, no distance to measure, only a slow and even drift inside the compartment. The atmosphere remains unchanged, the air smooth and still, the walls holding silence gently, the seat supporting the body in a way that feels natural and effortless. The body rests deeply, almost transparently, weight present but no longer defined, muscles loose and quiet, the neck relaxed, the jaw resting easily. There is no impulse to move or reposition. Breathing continues as a soft background rhythm, light, unforced, each breath taking up very little space. The pause between breaths feels calm and open, without expectation, somewhere far beyond awareness. The train moves through long, uninterrupted stretches of track, no signals, no stations, no sounds that interrupt the flow, everything aligned to allow smooth continuation. Inside, the subtle vibration beneath the floor has blended fully into stillness, no longer felt as motion, only as continuity, a quiet assurance beneath everything. Thoughts appear only faintly now, like distant impressions. They do not linger. They dissolve before forming connections, leaving behind a clear and open quiet. Time feels wide and relaxed, no longer divided into moments, no sense of progression or delay, just a gentle openness where nothing presses forward. The compartment remains exactly as it is, calm, enclosed, quietly supportive, holding everything without effort. Outside, the night continues alongside the train, vast and patient, unchanged, uninterrupted. The journey goes on in this softened calm, steady and unhurried, allowing everything to remain exactly as it is, carried gently forward through the quiet of the night. The movement carries on with the same quiet balance, not drawing attention to itself, not fading away either. The train follows the rails as if guided by habit rather than force, each section of track meeting the next in smooth agreement. Outside the window, the night feels settled into a single tone, no depth to measure, no distance to judge. The idea of landscape has softened into a calm presence that moves gently alongside you. Inside the compartment, the stillness feels complete. The air remains even and undisturbed. Silence rests comfortably against the walls. Nothing echoes, nothing sharpens. The body remains fully supported, not sinking, not floating, simply resting. The legs heavy and still, the arms loose at the sides, the hands warm and relaxed. Awareness no longer checks these details. It no longer needs to. Breathing continues quietly in the background, light and automatic, each inhale brief, each exhale slow and releasing. The space between breaths feels open, neutral, calm. Somewhere far beyond the glass, the train continues through long, unmarked stretches. No crossings, no lights, no changes in pace. The rails guide everything forward without interruption, without comment. Inside, the faint vibration beneath the floor has become part of the quiet itself, no longer noticeable as motion, only as a steady presence that remains. Thoughts appear rarely now, and when they do, they feel thin and incomplete, drifting briefly before dissolving, leaving the mind clear without effort. Time feels broad and relaxed, no longer arranged in sequence. Moments rest together without order, without urgency. The compartment remains unchanged, calm, enclosed, quietly protective, holding everything exactly where it belongs. Outside, the night continues its patient movement, vast and even, offering no signals, no interruptions. The journey carries on in this gentle continuity, steady and unhurried, allowing everything to remain at rest, carried forward softly through the quiet of the night. The train maintains its quiet alignment with the track. Nothing shifts in its pace. Nothing asks to be noticed. The motion beneath you feels settled into a steady agreement, smooth enough to disappear into the background. Outside the window, the night seems to stretch wider, not darker, just more open. There are no shapes to separate, no lights to count. The view has softened into a calm sense of passing without detail. Inside the compartment, the space remains unchanged, the air smooth and balanced, the walls holding silence gently, the seat continuing to support the body without pressure, without demand. The body rests in a way that feels complete. Muscles remain loose, joints quiet, weight distributed evenly. There is no awareness of posture, no need to adjust. Breathing flows quietly, shallow and unforced. Each inhale arriving softly, each exhale leaving slowly. The pause between breaths feels open and calm, like a space that does not need to be filled, somewhere beyond the glass. The train moves through another long stretch of uninterrupted track. No signals, no stations, no sounds that break the continuity. The rails guide everything forward with patient precision. Inside, the subtle vibration beneath the floor has softened into a constant presence, no longer felt as movement, only as continuity, a quiet reassurance beneath everything. Thoughts are now rare and faint. When one appears, it drifts briefly, then fades before it can take form, leaving behind a gentle clarity that does not require attention. Time feels increasingly spacious, not measured, not divided. Moments rest together, overlapping softly, without order. The compartment remains exactly as it is, calm, enclosed, quietly supportive, holding everything in place without effort. Outside, the night continues alongside the train, vast and patient, unchanged, uninterrupted. The journey goes on in this softened calm, steady and unhurried. allowing everything to remain exactly as it is, carried gently forward through the quiet of the night. The sense of motion stays gentle and consistent. The train follows its path without deviation, the rails guiding everything forward with quiet reliability. Nothing pulls attention back, nothing asks to be noticed. Outside the window, the night feels almost motionless, as if the train were gliding through a single continuous space. There are no markers of place, no signs of distance, only a calm, even presence moving alongside you. Inside the compartment, the stillness feels settled and complete. The air remains smooth, the silence soft and contained. The seat supports the body so naturally that it no longer feels like support at all, just rest. The body remains deeply relaxed, muscles loose, joints quiet, the weight of the limbs no longer defined. Awareness drifts without anchoring anywhere specific. Breathing continues quietly in the background, light, automatic, unforced, each breath coming and going without effort. The pause between breaths feels open and neutral, somewhere beyond the glass. The train continues through long stretches of track that hold no signals and no stations. Nothing announces progress. Nothing interrupts the flow. Everything remains aligned for smooth movement. Inside, the vibration beneath the floor has fully blended into the quiet, no longer felt as motion, only as a steady presence that remains constant. Thoughts appear only as brief impressions now, faint and incomplete, dissolving before they can connect, leaving the mind open and still. Time feels wide and unstructured, no sense of sequence, no awareness of passing minutes. Moments rest together gently, without urgency. The compartment remains unchanged, calm, enclosed, quietly protective, holding everything exactly where it belongs, outside. The night continues its patient movement, vast and even, unchanged by distance or direction. The journey carries on in this quiet continuity, steady and unhurried, allowing everything to remain at rest, carried gently forward through the calm of the night. The train keeps its gentle course, the motion beneath you steady and unobtrusive. Nothing shifts in pace, nothing calls for awareness. The rails guide everything forward with quiet consistency, as if this movement has always existed in this exact form. Outside the window, the night feels settled into calm openness, not revealing distance, not hiding it either, just present. A wide, even field drifting slowly alongside the train, free of detail, free of contrast. Inside the compartment, the stillness remains undisturbed, the air smooth and balanced, the silence soft and contained, the space holding everything without effort, without pressure. The body rests in complete ease. Muscles remain loose and inactive. The weight of the limbs feels distant, almost abstract. There is no sense of position that needs checking, no part of the body asking for adjustment. Breathing continues quietly, light and unforced, each inhale brief and gentle, each exhale slow and releasing. The space between breaths feels open and calm, unoccupied, somewhere far beyond awareness. The train passes through another long stretch of unmarked land. No signals, no stations, no sounds to interrupt the continuity. The rails carrying everything forward in smooth alignment. Inside, the faint vibration beneath the floor has become inseparable from stillness, no longer perceived as motion, only as a steady presence that remains. Thoughts appear only rarely now, and when they do, they are thin and transparent, drifting briefly before dissolving, leaving the mind clear without effort. Time feels wide and relaxed, not moving forward, not standing still, simply open. Moments resting together without order, without urgency, The compartment remains unchanged, calm, enclosed, quietly supportive, holding everything exactly as it is outside. The night continues alongside the train, vast and patient, offering no interruption, no signal of change. The journey carries on in this softened quiet, steady and unhurried, allowing everything to remain at rest, carried gently forward through the calm of the night. The movement remains effortless. The train continues along its path with quiet assurance. Nothing alters its pace. Nothing interrupts the smooth agreement between wheel and rail. The motion feels settled, dependable, almost invisible now. Outside the window, the night holds a steady calm. No lights emerge, no shadows separate themselves. The view has softened into a single, continuous presence, moving slowly alongside you, without detail, without demand. Inside the compartment, the space feels complete in its stillness. The air remains smooth and undisturbed. Silence rests gently against the walls. The seat supports the body so naturally that it no longer feels like an object, only like rest itself. The body remains deeply relaxed, muscles loose and quiet, the neck and shoulders fully released, the weight of the arms and legs diffused into comfort. There is no impulse to move, no reason to check anything. Breathing continues in a soft background rhythm, light and automatic. Each inhale subtle, each exhale slow and easing. The pause between breaths feels open, calm, empty in a peaceful way, somewhere beyond the glass. The train passes through long stretches of uninterrupted track, no stations, no crossings, no signals to mark the way. Everything aligned to allow smooth continuation. Inside, the gentle vibration beneath the floor has blended completely into stillness, no longer recognizable as motion, only as continuity, a quiet reassurance beneath everything. Thoughts have nearly faded now, appearing only as faint impressions, unfinished, dissolving before they can form connections, leaving the mind open and undisturbed. Time feels broad and relaxed, no longer arranged in moments, no sense of before or after, just a wide calm where nothing presses forward. The compartment remains unchanged, calm, enclosed, quietly protective, holding everything exactly where it belongs. Outside, the night continues alongside the train, vast and patient, offering no interruption, no change. The journey carries on in this gentle continuity, steady and unhurried, allowing everything to remain at rest, carried softly forward through the quiet of the night. The sense of movement feels almost like a memory now, present without needing to be recalled. The train continues along its course with quiet confidence, the rails guiding everything forward in a way that feels inevitable and calm. Nothing pulls attention back, nothing asks to be followed. Outside the window, the night remains wide and even, no depth to explore, no distance to measure. The view has softened into a calm presence that moves gently alongside you, steady and unchanging. Inside the compartment, the stillness feels settled and complete. The air rests evenly. The silence remains soft and contained. The space feels quietly familiar, as if it has always been this way. The body remains deeply at rest, not heavy, not light, simply supported. Muscles loose and inactive, joints quiet. Awareness no longer checks where the body begins or ends. Breathing continues quietly, subtle and unforced, each breath taking up very little space. The pause between breaths feels open and calm, like a wide moment with nothing inside it. Somewhere beyond awareness, the train continues through long stretches of uninterrupted track. No signals, no stations, no changes in pace. everything aligned to allow smooth continuation without effort. Inside, the vibration beneath the floor has softened into a constant presence, no longer perceived as motion, only as stability, a quiet reassurance beneath everything. Thoughts appear only faintly now, thin and transparent, drifting briefly before dissolving, leaving the mind clear and undisturbed. Time feels wide and relaxed, not moving forward, not standing still, simply open, moments resting together without order, without urgency. The compartment remains unchanged, calm, enclosed, quietly supportive, holding everything exactly where it belongs. Outside, the night continues alongside the train, vast and patient, unchanged by motion, uninterrupted. The journey carries on in this quiet continuity, steady and unhurried, allowing everything to remain at rest, carried gently forward through the calm of the night. The motion continues with the same gentle certainty. Nothing new enters the experience. Nothing leaves it either. The train remains aligned with the rails as if guided by habit rather than force, each moment flowing into the next without friction, without pause. Outside the window, the night feels settled into complete calm. No variation in tone or depth, no hint of distance or direction. The view has become a soft, continuous presence moving quietly alongside you. Inside the compartment, the stillness feels natural and complete. The air remains smooth, evenly balanced, silence resting comfortably without echo. The seat supports the body in a way that no longer registers as support, only as rest. The body remains deeply relaxed, muscles loose and quiet, the spine settled comfortably, the limbs heavy and still. Awareness drifts without attaching to any sensation. Breathing continues gently, light and automatic. Each inhale subtle, each exhale long and easing. The space between breaths feels open and calm, untouched, somewhere beyond awareness. The train continues through long, uninterrupted stretches of track. No stations, no signals, no sounds that interrupt the continuity. Everything aligned for smooth movement without effort. Inside, the faint vibration beneath the floor has become indistinguishable from stillness, no longer felt as motion, only as a steady presence that remains constant. Thoughts are now rare and fleeting, appearing only as faint impressions, dissolving before they can form, leaving behind a clear and open quiet. Time feels wide and relaxed, no longer divided into moments, no sense of before or after, just a gentle openness where nothing presses forward. The compartment remains unchanged, calm, enclosed, quietly protective, holding everything exactly as it is. Outside, the night continues alongside the train, vast and patient, unchanged, uninterrupted. The journey carries on in this softened calm, steady and unhurried, allowing everything to remain at rest, carried gently forward through the quiet of the night. The train continues to move in the same quiet agreement with the rails. Nothing shifts in the pattern. Nothing calls attention to itself. The motion feels settled into a calm certainty that does not need to be checked or confirmed. It simply remains. Outside the window, the night appears almost still, not because the train has slowed, but because the sense of passing has softened completely. There are no shapes to separate, no lights to mark distance, only a wide, even presence drifting alongside. Inside the compartment, the air remains smooth and undisturbed. Silence feels gently held rather than empty. The space offers support without pressure, familiarity without repetition. The body stays deeply at rest, muscles loose and inactive, the weight of the limbs no longer distinct. Awareness no longer tracks where the body rests. It simply does. Breathing continues quietly in the background, subtle and automatic, each breath moving with very little effort. The pause between breaths feels open and calm, like space that does not need to be filled, somewhere beyond awareness. The train moves through another long stretch of uninterrupted track. No crossings, no stations, no signals, nothing to interrupt the smooth continuation. Inside, the gentle vibration beneath the floor has blended completely into the stillness, no longer perceived as motion, only as a steady presence beneath everything. Thoughts are now faint and infrequent, appearing briefly, then dissolving before they can settle, leaving the mind clear without effort. Time feels broad and unstructured, no sense of sequence, no awareness of passing moments, just a wide calm where nothing presses forward. The compartment remains unchanged, calm, enclosed, quietly supportive, holding everything exactly where it belongs, outside. The night continues alongside the train, vast and patient, unchanged by motion, uninterrupted. The journey carries on in this quiet continuity, steady and unhurried, allowing everything to remain at rest, carried gently forward through the calm of the night. The movement no longer needs to be sensed at all. The train continues quietly, but awareness has softened beyond the need to follow it. Rails, wheels, distance, all of it fades into a single calm condition that simply holds outside the window. There is no longer a clear separation between night and motion. Darkness feels complete, settled, without edges, nothing passing, nothing arriving. Inside the compartment, the space feels final in the gentlest way, not finished, just settled into exactly what it is. The air remains still, the silence full without sound, the seat supporting without being noticed. The body rests without reference, no sense of weight, no sense of shape, muscles quiet, breath barely perceptible, moving only when it needs to, leaving when it is ready. Time no longer forms thoughts, moments no longer connect. There is only a wide quiet where nothing needs to happen and nothing is expected. The idea of travel dissolves here, not because it has ended, but because it no longer matters. Movement and stillness feel the same. The night remains, calm and steady, holding everything gently, and there is nothing left to follow, nothing left to listen for, nothing left to do.